What's good, everybody? I am now joined by the president of Austin FC, Andy Loughnane. Andy, thank you so much for coming to the studio
Cory.
with us. How's your day been, by the way?
Not bad. Always good when we're getting ready for a new season.
New season and new jerseys as well.
Yeah.
Now, these two aren't the new jerseys, of course, but there is a new jersey getting revealed February 15th, correct?
Coming up pretty soon. So yeah, on February 15th, we'll be able to unveil what will be our 2024 introduction into the jersey collection. And I think this one's going to be a fashion hit. I would imagine that this will be amongst our most popular jerseys. So this particular jersey will, and I can't reveal it yet.
Of course.
I have to wait till Thursday.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that this jersey pays tribute to a part of Austin's past that helped establish Austin's reputation as the live music capital of the world. And for us, it's important to try to pay tribute to elements of the city and the community that came to life that long precede us, that have allowed us to even sort of be in the position we're in today to represent Austin. So this is no different in the sense that we want to honor the people and places that have come before us. And this is a fun one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident this will be not just a fun story, but a pretty great fashion hit amongst our fans.
Okay, you know I love the drip. I love it. And I love how you also like to intertwine the community and the club together. And that's something that I really do appreciate. And so when it comes to the community, is there any space or place where they can see this jersey reveal at?
So we're going to have a big party. We like to throw big parties. There's going to be a big party at ACL Live on Thursday night. There's going to be a small amount of opportunity for general public to attend. Be on the lookout to Austin FC's socials for a way to find yourself into that event, which is a big reveal.
Okay, well, one thing too that's already been revealed is the schedule.
Yeah.
First match of the season at home at KVUE Stadium, February 24th against Minnesota. But man, that first game experience is supposed to be electric, right?
Yeah, I mean, for people who haven't been before, by the way, there are still some tickets available right now. Go to SeatGeek or AustinFC.com. There's some tickets available right now. Expect the game to sell out. We've sold out the first 51 regular season games in the history of the club. I expect the next home match to sell out as well.
And can I ask you, we're sorry to cut you off, but like why? Why do you feel like this club continues to sell out 51 straight, by the way? I don't know if you heard that, but 51
regular season.
Okay.
Throw two more playoffs into
53
that. Some people
straight.
might say 53.
Got to put some respect. So 53 straight sellouts for this club. Why do you think that experience is so, I guess, well received that people keep coming back to sell out the KVUE Stadium?
It's a combination of things. First of all, I think that we have an incredible amount of pent-up demand for Major League Sports in Austin. Okay. I think we've been able to facilitate a world-class stadium with world-class infrastructure. And I think ultimately the biggest game changer, and I think this is what makes Austin FC and KVUE Stadium the single best sporting experience in the state of Texas, bar none. And I'm talking about anything at the professional level, anything at the collegiate level, and there's a lot of good competition. But I think what makes KVUE Stadium the best single live event experience is what comes to life from our fans. Our supporters are incredible. In particular, everything that happens out of the supporter section in the south end of the stadium is fun, vibrant, which is what Austin is.
Yeah.
But I think, let's face it, it's a big party. And
y'all love parties.
Yeah, and it's 2 hours. And that's one of the great advantages that our sport has, is that it's contained to a relatively manageable, tight period of time. And in a world where we're all fighting for people's attention spans, that's one of our distinct advantages. But there's so much that makes KVUE Stadium and Austin FC Match Day, the best sporting experience in the state. What our fans are able to produce on their own, independent of anything we're able to do, is remarkable.
But y'all haven't hit the ceiling yet because y'all are still adding new things for the fans to enjoy. I'm told that transportation-wise, getting to the stadium and getting out of the stadium, there's some differences that are happening that are going to benefit fans, correct?
Big game changer being added for the start of the season. So first game, Saturday, February 24th. Also on that day, Cap Metro is going to begin service for the much anticipated McAllen station. So that's the rail station on the Red Line that is immediately adjacent to the stadium. It's 100 yards from the stadium gates. And so for rail users that are in position to come to a match, you'll get dropped off and picked up 100 yards from the stadium. It's an enormous opportunity for people to ride safely to and from Q2 Stadium. Also has service 7 days a week, which is transformational for the neighborhood around us.
Wow.
One of the other things that it does is that we're adding a pedestrian crossing. So people who are familiar with the area, you could never cross the tracks. Of course, you don't want to cross train tracks unless you can do it safely. And there is now an at-grade pedestrian crossing that will allow for, I'll call it a couple hundred, 200 parking spaces that were previously really difficult to use, not impossible, difficult to use. Well, those are now going to be immediately adjacent to this pedestrian crossing, which is 100 yards from the stadium. And so you can use these new parking spaces to have a very easy walk to and from. And also from a rideshare perspective, so that's Uber and Lyft, we're going to add the rideshare pickup and drop off to this new location. So a handful of things that are being created as a result of this new rail station. It's transformational for the neighborhood. It's transformational for our fans.
And just my curiosity, an idea like this coming up, where does this conversation start? Is that feedback from the fans? Who's thinking about how can we make this experience better for our supporters? How did that all start and get created?
Well, that's actually a vision that goes back several years when we were first working with the city of Austin in developing a partnership to have a stadium which allowed a major league team to come in the first place. So this is part of a multi-year plan to turn Q2 Stadium into a world-class destination. One of the things that we evaluated when we were going through the site selection process for what is now known as Q2 Stadium is the mobility plan. What was the opportunity for there to be a rail station added? And we were very fortunate in that there was an existing commuter rail track, the Cap Metro Red Line, that's immediately adjacent to the stadium. So this has been a long-term vision, but it was never a foregone conclusion that this would be possible. So there's a private-public partnership in partnership with the city of Austin, Cap Metro, and Project Connect in order to make this station possible. So, and by the way, our fans had a lot to do with making their voice known that this was important to them. And so this is the culmination of many years of planning.
So they listen. Austin FC listens. Let's just throw that out there. They listen. They listen to all the feedback that you give them. So continue to give this club feedback, and I'm sure they will continue to make the most that they can to make things happen. And so I'm excited to see what this team makes happen throughout this season. Just last question for you: when it comes to this season coming up, what can fans expect? Just when they get to the stadium at Q2, anything different inside the food area or drinks? Anything different that way?
We'll be adding some new food, and I can't reveal that quite yet.
I gotta keep it low key.
We've got some new barbecue flavors. We'll change a little bit of the match day experience, so maybe some of the music that comes to life, maybe even some of the things that happen after a goal. So there'll be a handful of things that are new. You know, one thing we're going to do this year, we're going to expand our value menu. So we've always had, for example, $6.99 beer inside of the stadium. We'll expand the number of locations where you can grab $6.99 beer as an example. But I think, you know, for the most part, the most game-changing aspect is the Cap Metro rail station. Yeah. But inside, there will be new things to expect, and that will all come to life on the home opener on February 24th.
All right, so February 24th, home opener. February 15th, though, before
Jersey reveal.
Jersey reveal, and I'm excited to see that. And you said it's fashionable, too, so you know we got to get it.
This is what people tell me.
What you mean? You look good. You look good. Thank you, Andy, for your time. I really appreciate it.